Zabrowski. This is the Lying Machine movie course in Study Reality 101. We are in the preamble to this constitutionally driven course. We have done the first section of the preamble. This is the second section. There will be a link below this video where you can see all of the different videos that we have done for this course. They will be various highlights of this course that will educate you. If you want to get this course, there will be a link below this video that will allow you to get the course. We want this to be, the actual teachings to be 2 to 3 minutes. It's very intense information. But if you follow it, you will know how great your nation is. So I'm going to get started right now. Here we go. God has established one nation under God as a republic, where the people or the governed have the authority/power as stated in the Declaration of Independence. That authority, which is the just powers from the consent of the governed, is instituted in the Constitution, which coincidentally is based on the law of nations, which is based on Mosaic and canon law. We will break this down in this course. Therefore, the Constitution is the power and authority that God has given Americans. And when anyone rebels against the authority, as Romans 13 says, they are rebelling against God, since God has given it. So, when the government disobeys the Constitution, and the people go along with it, both parties are rebelling against the authority that God has established as stated in Romans 13. When Romans 13 was written, most nations were under tyranny or monarchies. This is where people get confused. Rome and America were unique in that they were both formed as republics, which is the opposite of tyranny or monarchies. In tyranny, you have a government from an elite group down to the people, which is exactly what the New World Order is seeking worldwide. In a republic, you have a government where the authority comes from the people up to the government servants. So, to those Christians who like to hide behind Romans 13 so that they can live with no courage or fortitude and not be strong people, the strong people that God has graced them to be by giving them a nation where they have authority, those people need to know that in their comfort and cowardice, they are rebelling against God by not taking up the responsibility given to them in a republic, thus Romans 13. They are not doing their part in holding up the country given to them by God. The vision is that there are a small amount of people holding America above their heads, with all of the burden on their shoulders, while the majority of so-called Americans run around rationalizing that it is not their duty to hold up America, that it is not their duty to hold up the Constitution, which is the authority God has given Americans to be subject to. For the Constitution is the just powers from the consent of the governed by which government servants have taken an oath to uphold. In fact, just as Romans 13 says, whoever rebels against the authority is rebelling against what God has instituted, and those who do so will bring judgment on themselves. In following, consider the judgment being brought against America today. Do you think it has anything to do with the judgment talked about in Romans 13 as outlined in the preamble? A judgment that comes to Americans because they are rebelling against the authority which they have been given by God through a republican form of government as instituted in the United States Constitution. So it is time for Americans to exercise the God-given powers granted them in the Constitution, and this course will help them understand exactly where they need to exercise their powers. This is the end of section 2 of the preamble. You know, God's word says that my people perish from a lack of knowledge. When we have knowledge, we are more secure. So with that, the links are below this video. Also, what will follow this training are going to be some of those links that I just told you about that can help you in your life, and this course link will be in there as well. Until our next training, take care and God bless. I am yours in freedom.